Hello again, everybody. Zach Attack is here with my Atak Sportz for this Monday, November 30th, 2015. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving weekend. I did. Just spent some time with the fam, seeing some of my cousins bowl, and of course watching football. Yeah, the 3 games on Thanksgiving Day kicks off my Week 12 thoughts and the results. Thanksgiving games, of course, first things first, if you're a Detroit fan, you're probably happy as hell because the Lions, of course, played their Thanksgiving game against the Philadelphia Eagles with a 2-game winning streak on the line, beating the Packers in Lambeau, and, of course, beating the Oakland Raiders, easy win. Lions, usually when Lions take on sucky teams, it's usually easy wins. This year, nothing's been easy for them with a rough start, but they may have a good finish as they destroyed the Philadelphia Eagles. Big moves, and they look the best I've seen. It's made a lot of Lions fans say, where was this in the beginning of the season? But no matter, big win for the Lions, 45-14. Big. So I think Calvin got 3 touchdown passes, I think. 3 passes from Stafford, Megatron, I think Tate. The funniest one was Tate's touchdown. He just waltzed in, I'm gonna walk in, bitch. No interceptions thrown by Stafford, which is awesome. I think there was a turnover from Eagles, who are having a rough season. So there you go. Big win for the Lions. Speaking of big win, how about a big win for Carolina Panthers? The only team now that's still undefeated. I'll get to that game in a second. They breezed by the Cowboys. Even with Tony Romo back in, it was a rough game. 3 interceptions thrown by Homo Womo and Wusthoff, injured again, out for the season. Which means the Cowboys' playoff hopes are gone with him. With Panthers destroying the Cowboys 33-14. With Cam Newton on fire. He's been on fire, man. It was kind of interesting that the Lions were the only home team to win Thanksgiving. Cowboys lost at home. So did the Packers. Despite beating the Vikings in Minnesota, gave them some momentum back. The momentum stopped in Lambeau against, they've been Minnesota, yeah. So they went to Lambeau. Other than Brett Favre, Brett Favre's retirement party, his jersey retirement at last, long deserved, long awaited, with the Bears, the rival, beating him. It's kind of weird to lose to the Lions and the Bears within 2 weeks of each other, 2 of the last 3 weeks, facing them both in Lambeau and losing to division rivals at home. That's bad for the Packers. That's bad. With the Bears winning by 17-13. Recovering from the loss against Broncos with the backup quarterback, Black, which I'll get to him in a second. And I'm going to say the Packers. I'm going to the Packers-Lions game this Thursday. I don't want to say anything about it on here because I've been kind of embarrassed to have a ticket. Because within the last couple weeks, the Lions were sucking, and I was like, I wasn't even going to sell it.
Green Bay sucks. Green Bay sucks.
Yeah, Peanut Gallery said Green Bay sucks now because they had a good start, but now they're sucking. Especially, like I said, the last couple games have been losing a lot, especially to the division rivals. But now the Lions have a chance to sweep them this Thursday on Thursday Night Football, and I'll be going with my fam. Because I was kind of embarrassed to say it because the Lions were sucking, and I was even going to get rid of my ticket. But now with momentum on Lions' side, and the false expectations, fans were like, oh, we may be in the playoffs after all. The fans will be hyped Thursday, so I'll be much happier atmosphere than it would have been weeks ago. So with Lions and Packers and Cowboys, not playing Sunday. Get to the Sunday games. A lot of interesting matchups happened this Sundays. But the matchups that were huge for me that I watched a little bit of, we had the Giants-Redskins game with the Giants losing to the Redskins. Redskins now getting first place in the NFC East. But that's not what everyone's talking about. That one-handed catch, once again, by Odell Beckham Jr. I hate the Giants, but I did love that one-handed catch by Odell Beckham again. That was awesome. I was watching the end of the Vikings-Falcons game. Falcons are going down quick. The Vikings are going strong. They're in undisputed first place in the division, destroying the Falcons. Big turnovers against the Falcons. That's been the biggest flaw. Vikings winning 20-10. Slow game. So I was watching that game. They cut that game ended, and they went to extra coverage in the Giants game, and they started coverage. Why would Odell Beckham catch that touchdown? So I was like, yay, we got to see it. It was a great catch, by the way, even though they lost. But the two biggest games of the day. Yeah, probably one of the best games this year. Like most of NFL games, but kind of unexciting recently, but kind of slow games. Seahawks and Steelers game yesterday. A really good game, really exciting game. A lot of turnovers, mostly against the Steelers. 3 interceptions, 2 by Roethlisberger, including one caught by Richard Sherman. But of course, the biggest interception was thrown by their special teams. And the Steelers' fake field goal attempt, which failed miserably with a Steelers turnover. All 3 of the interceptions by Steelers would turn into touchdowns for the Seattle Seahawks. 21 points from turnovers for Seattle. In a great game for Wilson. 5 touchdown passes for Russell Wilson. But biggest thing, the saddest thing, injuries. Especially for the Seahawks. Jimmy Graham had big catches. Big long catches for both quarterbacks. They both did well yesterday. Roethlisberger, who is under concussion protocol right now, but feeling good. Took it out of the last series of the game. Throws some big passes to Wheaton and Devon Williams. Big, long, Hail Mary passes. Wilson threw some big bombs, including one to Jimmy Graham that set up a big touchdown to make the game tight. But Jimmy Graham got injured. He tore his patellar. A big nasty injury. He was trying to get football in the end zone. Tore his patellar tendon in his right knee. He's out for the season. Jimmy Graham was just in the Seattle yet traded. He was trying to mesh with their offense coming from New Orleans. He had a good game against the Steelers, but got injured out for the season. Of course, Coach Carroll was very sad about the injury, saying that we're going to miss the heck out of him for the rest of the season. He's been a fantastic addition. You saw him again yesterday doing stuff. It was going to be a huge day if he was able to stay out there. Like I said, he did well against the Steelers. Best game as a Seahawk. So that's unfortunate. But despite that, Seahawks got the victory. 39-30. Very tight game. Very fun game. Turnover palooza, especially against Steelers. Fun, big, long passes. But big injuries to Graham and Roethlisberger's been recovering from a shoulder injury. Well, I think it was a foot injury. A foot injury for Roethlisberger, but now he's on the concussion protocol, but I think he's doing well. But the game that everyone's still talking about, the primetime game, Pats against the Broncos. Even if Manning wasn't playing, with Brock Osweiler filling in, it was still an interesting matchup with Brady, the then undefeated Pats. Interesting game. Now, Brock Osweiler didn't have his best game. He had a rough start. He had a good start against the Bears last week, but when you're up against the Pats, you had to be scared. But, especially when the Pats scored, 14 by the time the second quarter ended. But Pats had a little bit of determinant. I should say Broncos had some momentum on their side. They got a touchdown at the end of the second quarter, gave them some confidence. Then, boom, the comeback rally came. Turnover against the Pats. And big calls against them, too, against the Pats. Pats were pissed at the referees officiating. Usually the officiating is for them. Because a lot of fans will probably believe that the NFL is paid to kiss the Pats' asses. But the referees actually put calls against the Pats. Especially a lot of pass interferences against Gronkowski, who got injured last night doing one of the pace. He fell on his knee. But, it's nothing serious. It is a bruised knee, according to MRI. No tears in his right knee, but it's week by week with knee strain. So who knows how long he's going to be out for. It's week by week, like I said. So there were the Pats leading again. Getting more to lead. The Broncos, like I said, was rather okay. He had some missed passes. No interceptions, though. But then, the second half, boom, the Broncos came alive, especially in that last drive of the fourth quarter, tying the game with a field goal, 24-24, going into overtime. It was a crazy game. Brady was frustrated because the defense for the Broncos was doing well in the second half. Then came overtime. Pats had the ball first. They missed an opportunity. So then Broncos had the ball. Of course, new overtime rules. Each team has to have a possession. Touchdown wins on the first possession. But after the next team gets their possession, any score wins. That big pass from Osweiler to C.J. Anderson. Ran it in for the touchdown to end the game and end the undefeated streak of the New England Patriots. A lot of pad haters were like, yay! That Broncos did it. Now, it was jumping to conclusions that Brock Osweiler is a star now and that he should be the new starter. You don't care game. You got a little lucky. Yeah, he had a good game against Bears, but against Brady, he was okay. It was a great game, but it showed promise that, hey, once he gets some more experience being a starter, and once he has more great games ahead of him, once he can get his passing game done, and get some more fatherly advice from Peyton Manning, who is still going to be out. He wore a foot cast. They're saying 2 weeks, but now they're saying he might be out longer. So Osweiler might be starter for the rest of the year. And a lot of easy teams to beat for the rest of the season for the Broncos. And Pats too. So we'll see how it all ends up. But Osweiler had a good game. Not a great game, but a good one. Especially, and it's big, Everyone's going to be jumping up and down because he beat Tom Brady. Well, his team did. He helped as a quarterback. So, still got a long way to go, but still, he showed some promise. At least he can say, hey, he beat Tom Brady. Not a lot of people can say that. Unless you're Eli Manning. He can say he beat him twice. In the Super Bowl 2 times. So, there you go. On to other games. You had Bengals destroying the Rams. Bengals were on a losing streak after being undefeated for a while. Defeated the Rams 31-7. Colts, even with Andrew Luck, won their game. They're on a roll. Chiefs won. They had a decent start. And Arizona Cardinals are kicking it in their division. They destroyed their opponent. Frisco, continuing their downward spiral. Texans won. They had a rough start, but now they're having a decent finish. So, interesting week for NFL. Those 2 big games, the Steelers, Seahawks, and of course the Pats and the Broncos. Tonight, it's the Browns against the Ravens. 2 sucky-ass teams for him. Who wants one that you can watch a sucky-ass wall? Get to wall and its boringness in a second. Let's get to UFC. I didn't watch it per se because I don't have Fight Pass. But UFC did happen this week. On Fight Pass. If they stream the pay-per-views, I would say yeah, like WWE Network does. But it was an interesting card from what I heard in Seoul, South Korea, UFC Fight Night. There we have the main card. You have featherweight, I hope I got the name right. Do Ho Choi taking on Sam Cecilia in a TKO the first round with Do Ho Choi winning performance of the night bonuses. Also, welterweight, you have Alberto Maida defeating Yoshihiro Akiyama in a split decision match. Another welterweight fight, a lot of welterweights. We have Dong Hong Kim taking on Dominic Waters, TKO in the first round. The co-main. Then Benson Henderson, former UFC lightweight champion, went to welterweight as he took on George Masvidal with a split decision victory after 5 rounds. I would love to have seen that fight, especially I've seen Benson and lightweight, see how he would do in welterweight. Going up a few. We went from 155 to 170. Not that big of a weight gain, but still, see how he did. But he did pretty well for the win, but I want to see how well he did to get the win. So they're going to do some little blip about UFC because I didn't get to watch it because I don't have Fight Pass. So, here we go. Monday Night Raw Preview for tonight. Heading into TLC, not to be excited about. Sheamus is champion. Roman Reigns is feuding against him. Injuries galore. Cesare's now injured. NXT is still better. Ring of Honor is now getting better. TNA still sucks. So, weird time to be a wrestling fan to the holidays. Especially with WWE sucking with unexciting storylines, stupid people getting pushes that shouldn't get pushed, and people that should be pushed getting buried down the fucking roster. Hell, Mick Foley's pissed. He said he'll never watch Raw again if this Raw doesn't suck. If this Raw sucks again tonight. We'll see how we do with the top 5 questions that must be answered tonight on this Raw. Question number 5, besides will Raw not suck tonight? What will happen with this feud that's building between the Dudleys and the Wyatts? The Wyatts defeated the Dudleys last week on Raw, and they beat them down. Probably starting a feud against the Dudleys. I even said in my Raw review last week, I said, hoping we can get a Wyatt-Dudley table match. I thought maybe Dudleys would have another big feud with the Ascension, get them more heat, and give Ascension more billing than they had been in the main roster, and have them have a tables match. But now they're heading towards a Wyatt-Dudley tables match. And that would be awesome to see, especially if that TLC, for God's sakes. If there was going to be a tables match at TLC, it's got to be involving the Dudleys. It looks that way. See how they build it up, continue tonight. Question number 4, what will go down between the new level contender for the IC title, Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens. Now, Ambrose did get a victory over KO in the semifinals of the Survivor Series tournament, which meant he would get a number 1 contender shot. They were supposed to face off for the title in Survivor Series until the changes happened with Rollins' injury, throwing everything topsy-turvy. But Ambrose won a Battle Royal last week to be number 1 contender, so it's going to be Ambrose and Owens for the IC Championship at TLC, with Ambrose getting, like I said, non-title victory against Owens in Survivor Series. It gives him some momentum. So we'll see how he does and how they build it up tonight. And have some good booking for it. Make both guys look good before the event. Question number 3. What will go down between the New Day, Lucha, and Usos? We're looking towards a triple threat match at TLC between these 3 great teams. We thought we were going to get it last week when New Day had an open challenge. But an open challenge never happened. It just led to a beatdown from the Usos and Lucha Dragons on the New Day. It was kind of a weird segment. But they're still fun to watch. I love New Day. I know people may hate them, but I love what they're doing with them. They're doing better than they did when they first came in. When they first came in, they were like stupid. Now they rule. They're so playful and vengeful as a heel. They're like the New Edge and Christian. You mean the fun heels, but they can be dominant heels at the same time. Dude, they rocks. So there you go. That's what we hopefully they get some better booking for the tag division than they have been recently. Get some great mixes. Hopefully do some things that make us excited about this possible triple threat. Because nothing's making us excited for anything right now in WWE. Makes us want to change the channel. Even when football sucks, it's a better game. That's what's so sad. A second game like the Ravens and Browns may be more exciting than War tonight. See how it happens. Question number 2. Would there be any new matches made for TLC? Now, we do know the main event, sadly, Sheamus and Roman Reigns in a TLC match was going to be a fucking snore fest. I'm sorry. Should have been Rollins in there, but Rollins is gone. Probably going to get the tag team triple threat I mentioned. Probably going to get another Divas match. I don't think, like, Paige, yes, she'll probably get a rematch against Charlotte after that count out last week on Raw, but it should be Sasha against Charlotte. I don't need to beat this dead horse any longer. I've been repeating it like a broken record every week on every one of my videos. Charlotte, Sasha needs to happen. I'm not the only one saying it. I'm seeing it on the internet. I'm not the only one feeling this way about Sasha and Charlotte needs to feud in the main roster for the Divas Championship. So there you go. Ran over. And of course, now we have 2 matches probably with Ambrose and Owens for the IC title. If we get some more stipulation matches, of course, Dudley's in there with a tables match probably, so there you go. Speaking of that TLC match, question number 1. How are they going to make the fans interested in what's going to be a sucky match between Reigns and Sheamus at TLC? They did okay with the main event last week with Reigns against Rusev, which wasn't that bad. Adding a little bit more intrigue with King Bird getting involved. Apparently King Bird's now a new henchman for the Authority. Because Sheamus is now part of the Authority now. After what happened in Survivor Series. Indifferent or not. So that's how they're going to make it exciting. We'll see if WWE can make anything look good and make the match between Reigns and Sheamus more appealing than it is now. Because now it's like, this match is going to suck. It's not going to be exciting or fun, man. Two guys are just going to beat each other up with tables, ladders, and chairs. Not going to be no high spots, no great spots in that match. It's going to be boring. Hopefully, they're trying to make it somewhat exciting. We'll see how they do it in booking. We'll see all this and more on WWE Raw tonight at 8, 7 Central on USA Network. That is it. My Raw preview and overall my Atak Sportz for today. Stay tuned tonight for my Raw review. Then mind, you've been attacked by the sports news from Zach. See you later, yeah.